Greetings, Angela Garrone here, bringing the Paris climate conversations back to the Southeast. Today I join you from Paris, Tennessee, to give a summary of what came out of the most recent international climate negotiations. The Paris climate talks are the first UN negotiations to result in an agreement that commits to carbon emission reductions from all participating countries, although the agreement is partially binding and partially voluntary. Nearly 200 countries took part in the negotiations and agreed to put the Paris Agreement into force starting in 2020. The Paris negotiations developed Intended National Determined Contributions, or INDCs. This means that each country is in charge of developing its own emission reduction goals and the methods to achieve those goals. A good example of an INDC is our nation's own Clean Power Plan, which aims to reduce carbon emissions by 32% from 2005 levels by 2030. Thanks to President Obama's Climate Action Plan, which includes the Clean Power Plan, as well as limits on carbon emissions from the transportation sector, the U.S. was able to demonstrate its serious commitment to reducing our nation's carbon footprint. This was a marked difference from past climate negotiations, where the U.S. was unwilling to commit to carbon reduction goals. Other key points in the Paris Agreement include stopping the growth of greenhouse gas emissions as soon as possible, and achieving a balance between sources and sinks of greenhouse gases by the second half of this century. Another goal is to keep global temperatures, the increase of those, well below 2 degrees Celsius, a level that would limit the damage caused by sea level rise, increased extreme weather events, and other climate change effects. And perhaps most importantly, the money. Countries agreed to contribute $100 billion a year in climate finance for developing countries by 2020, with a commitment to further finance in the future. The United States agreed to contribute $800 million, but it remains unclear if we will be able to move forward on that commitment, given our current political climate. Although the agreement is far from perfect, it is a much-needed positive step in the right direction. The U.S. is finally showing its commitment to combat climate change. Now it is up to us to make sure the Clean Power Plan is successful in not only limiting carbon emissions, but also in increasing development of clean energy resources and the availability of clean energy jobs. This is where you can help. Thanks to your support, SACE is working in each of our southeastern states to ensure that our state plans required under the Clean Power Plan incorporate more wind, solar, and energy efficiency, and less nuclear and natural gas. Join the SACE mailing list so you can keep up to date on how you can help your own state become a clean energy leader and part of the climate change solution. Thanks for supporting clean energy in the Southeast.